What's up, everybody? Let's talk about Doom, the Dark Ages. We're in the Dark Ages. Got my man here. Listen, before we get started, okay, on a serious note, I know you still watch this nonsense. I know you're watching now. I said some things I shouldn't have said. That thing we talked about, it's happening. And I need you to get a hold of me. Okay? There's no way for me to get a hold of you. Put your shit to the side, put our shit to the side, and get a hold of me. Okay? Thank you. Let's talk about Doom, the Dark Ages. I beat it twice. Twice. Once on Series X, once on PlayStation 5. You didn't play the definitive... Slap me in my face. The definitive edition? The definitive version on your PC? Sadly, my PC was having issues, and it doesn't make sense because Doom Eternal runs at like 200 FPS. Runs flawlessly. So I was very sad that I couldn't play on PC. But then after I beat him on the I was dropping to 30 FPS. I beat him on the consoles. Came back to the PC. Now all of a sudden, magically, it's working. And I'm just like, really? Really? First and foremost, you have not beaten it. Where are we at?
On the 10th mission.
He's on the 10th mission. Give me your thoughts. Give the people your thoughts. Where are we at?
I like the game. I like it a lot.
You like the game?
Yeah.
Now, he came to me today and said, hey, Synthetic Man's trashing our game. I said, first off, who gives a shit about Synthetic Man? You know, Synthetic Man will make some good points. It's one of those 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Or I think that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like he sticks his foot in his mouth all the time. I remember I watched a video of his, and it was like the games that he recommends. That was it for me. It's like, if we got games that he actually likes, I'd never play a video game again. So his opinion is irrelevant to me. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I didn't watch the video, but it said, what did it say? Parry what?
Parry slop.
Parry slop. I think there's a bit too much of an emphasis on the parrying. I'm not going to say he's wrong on that, according to the title. What are your thoughts on the parrying? We're going to talk about the bad, then we're going to talk about the good.
The shield is, let's just get this straight, is a absolutely badass mechanic.
The shield
but
is awesome.
I do understand where he's coming from. It's like parry is definitely over incentivized. I would have liked to see a dash in the game, like, you know, in Doom 2016, in Doom Eternal, how you have like a double jump.
Yeah.
How you have dash. You have more maneuverability in those games. But you also don't have a freaking shield that blocks every attack in the game.
Right.
And I think chronologically, I imagine Doomslayer gets probably stronger with time because, like, if you look at him, he doesn't age. At least from what you can see visually, it doesn't look like he's any older. I don't know if his helmet ever comes off in the Dark Ages. I haven't gotten there yet. Mm-hmm. But from what I can see
I won't spoil it,
in his visor, he looks exactly the same to me.
Uh-huh.
And I would imagine over time, you know, taking out the armies of hell single-handedly, you'd be getting better, you'd be getting more experienced. And dashing and being able to double jump, however that's possible, it actually kind of makes sense, like, from an experience standpoint, where, you know, you have more maneuverability options and you're still just as strong despite not having.
So that's just how you've rationalized it in your brain.
Yeah.
But see, let me tell you this. I am not very good at video games, especially anymore. So I beat this game on Hurt Me Plenty. This goes with what you're saying. I beat this on Hurt Me Plenty, which is technically the game's normal mode. I beat Doom 2016 on Hurt Me Plenty. Then I went back and beat it on Ultra Violence. Okay, definitely manageable. I beat Doom Eternal on Hurt Me Plenty, and I wouldn't even bother trying Ultra Violence because Doom Eternal was hard. For me, it was. It's not so much the beginning, but like the latter half, like the 3/4 in mark. It started getting really frustrating. Like, I spent a lot of time with my tail tucked between my legs running for my life at the end of Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For
And that's on Hurt Me
Eternal,
Plenty.
For me, like I played it on Hurt Me Plenty, and that game was hard as balls too.
It was hard.
And
yeah.
I think probably my favorite aspect of Doom Eternal, honestly, is just the visual art style and how they took the, the classic Doom characters, the classic demons, and then they revamped their designs around that.
Mm-hmm.
There's, to my knowledge, there's only the one demon in the game, the Stalker Imp, which I really like to see. That's based off of the original Doom, but everything else seems to be kind of its own unique design.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was saying was, this one is far and away the easiest. Now, that's not to say that it's not challenging. There's still some challenge. I didn't die very many times, I had to fall back a couple of times, but really not much. This is what I like about Doom, and this goes for 2016, Eternal, and this one here. I will get absolutely annihilated by a group of enemies, and I instantly know where I effed up. Instantly. It's like it's not the game's fault, it's mine. I either froze, I didn't switch my weapon fast enough, I didn't switch to the proper weapon, I didn't attack the certain enemy first when I should have. I know instantly where I effed up, and the second I load back in, not only do I beat that section, I obliterate that section. I love that about Doom. Doom's like constantly teaching you, you're constantly getting better. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and throw that in there about the weapon wheel. Like, I think it's in the other games too where you can bind your weapons.
I don't think you can, yeah. You're going to want to bind your weapons. Okay, so the weapon wheel, especially on the Series X, for me, was a pain in the ass because my RB button on the Series, what is it, Elite 2? The Elite 2 is breaking. So it was sticking a lot. On the PlayStation 5, my controller's pristine, so R1 wasn't sticking. So it was much easier with a weapon wheel, but you can go in and change those binds. Put your shotgun as B or circle on PlayStation, and then use right on the D-pad, up on the D-pad, left on the D-pad, assign whatever you want. You're probably only going to be using four guns anyways on a console. On a PC, you got your numbers, way easier, way faster switching. But that's the thing about it. The weapon switching is so slow. It's so slow. Even on PC, when I switch with the keys. So if you play Doom Eternal, Doom 2016, you can go up and go boom, 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 boom. Have you seen that? Have you seen the experienced Doom guys? It's like, it's like so crazy how fast they're going. You can't do that in this game. So if that's what you're looking for, you're going to be very disappointed because it takes a lot longer to switch weapons. But I feel like they also streamlined it at the same time for controller users. Whereas you switch to the weapon and then there's another class of weapon and then you can hit X.
Yeah, that's something I actually really appreciated because of just I didn't think that the weapon wheel would be a problem. It slows down time as you're doing that, but that really hurts the pace.
Yeah, it takes you out.
So ever since I bound the controller and doing stuff like that, everything is more sporadic and it's like it feels really nice. And because you only have like you said those main 4 guns, and because of the fact that you could just quick swap like different attachments on the guns on the fly and make them different guns pretty much, you can have, instead of 4 guns bound on your D-pad, you have kind of 8 guns because you double tap, boom, you got
bingo.
And it's like it's just I only ever occasionally, if I run into a certain enemy, switch to the other 2 weapon types. But yeah, like the way they incorporated the weapon sandbox is really
it's good. It's good, but I can also understand why some people won't like it, especially experienced PC users. But anyways, back to the game difficulty. Again, hurt me plenty. I'm playing it again on Ultra Violence. That's after beating it twice. Here's the thing about this game. Doomslayer is far and away the most badass he's ever been in this game.
He looks the most badass.
He looks the best. Aesthetically, he looks the best. And he is the absolute strongest. You are annihilating enemies. Now, some people are going to look at it, it's not challenging enough for me. It's not challenging. It's like, dude, how much do you bench? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the point is, you are an absolute badass in this game. Empower the player. 2016, I love the tone of 2016. 2016, I don't want to use the word realistic because, of course, it's Doom, it's not realistic, but it had the most realistic tone. I could buy into that. Eternal went a little silly, you know? This one is still kind of stayed, but it's not as silly as Eternal. I like this story. It's not anything groundbreaking, but it was decent. You know what I mean? But fact of the matter is, this is the key ingredient. The game was fun. It was so fun. I enjoyed the shit out of it. And the way everything is going right now, just life in general, it was nice to escape. Dean Thompson, my man Dean Thompson, escaped to gaming. I was able to escape and just enjoy this experience.
You were, like, this is actually you kind of just stay in your room and you're on your phone. Like, you love video games, but you hardly ever play them.
Right.
But recently, you've been, like, almost no-lifing last week.
No-lifing, yes. Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, are you a nerd over here? I forget what you said. But, yeah, but that's how fun it is. As soon as I was sad that I beat it. I've never, I don't want to say I've never, but I can't remember the last time I beat a game, fired it up on another console, and then beat it again. Right afterwards. I'll do it like a month down the road or something like that. Right after, I think I did it with The Last of Us. Because I know I did it with Max Payne 3. But it's so rare that happens. And that right there is a testament. It feels like every Doom game, it has a different director almost. Like they always bring something new to the table and it makes it refreshing. Yes, I can't stand that they took out the glory kills. There's still glory kills to an extent. He's not bothered by it. He thinks it takes you out of the experience. That's crazy to me.
I don't think that glory kills take you out of the experience. It's just missing glory kills is not like the end of the world.
It's not, but it's like disappointing. And the glory kills that are in this seem kind of lazy. Like the gore's not as good.
They're very quick. Doom's,
yeah.
I feel like Doom's gore, with the exception of maybe 2016, has always been kind of cartoony though.
No, okay, so think about 2016 when you do a glory kill. Okay, think of the gore and the blood splatter. In this, you'll chainsaw an enemy and like hardly any blood. It's like they toned it way down.
Yeah, I did notice that, like, with some of the kind of glory kills, because like there's
it's very few and far between.
Yeah, there's a strange system that they incorporate. But like you'll have a demon underneath your boot and then you crush it and then its head just kind of disappears.
Right. Yeah, it's off. It's off.
It's off.
But that's not to say the gore's bad, because the gore's not bad. On your HUD, minimize your HUD to 70%. Turn your reticle into a dot and then turn the hit markers off so you can see the fleshed out gore system. Same gore system that was in Eternal. Okay, so as you're shooting these, like with that skull crusher, you can literally see the chunks coming off of these enemies, and it's so awesome. There's just something about the glory kills. You stagger the enemies, you jump up. If you really want to get a glory kill, jump over them. And then you'll come down, you'll chainsaw them, or you stomp on their head, and it just, I don't know, it seemed kind of lazy almost. It doesn't feel the same, but the melee attacks are freaking awesome.
Yeah, and
you get a flail.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The reason why like the glory kills don't bother me at all is because of the fact that I think, I may be wrong, but I swear to God, I feel like the ragdolls are improved. Like you'll shoot,
ragdolls were super impressive.
One thing I noticed is, I don't know if this was in any of the previous games, I'd have to play them. But I feel like there's almost a euphoria system in the game. You know what that is?
Yeah,
yeah. It's like you'll be shooting off a leg, or like dependent on wherever you're shooting the soldier type guys, their arms will come off and they'll like react accordingly to it. And it's like whenever you'll hit a sucker with the flail to finish them off, they go flying in that direction. And then ragdoll when they hit the ground. Yeah, super. And the destructibility. Tell them about the destructibility. The environmental destruction is freaking awesome. There's like a lot of different wooden structures that you can walk into. And your dude just walks straight through them. They walks through them, yes. They really wanted to incentivize how powerful you are. They emphasized it, exactly. Yeah, you take no fall damage, and whenever you fall onto the ground, boom, it's like an earthquake's underneath you. So any wooden structures, reduce to rubble. I usually focus attention to bullet damage on the actual enemies
themselves, and when you have a dead body on the ground. Now, see, they do despawn, but there are chunks left over, and you can actually kick those chunks around. So that's pretty freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I meleeed a dude with my shield. Boom! And he flew into this wooden structure, and it crumbled all around him. I was like, oh, freaking awesome.
We're making an emphasis on the physics here.
Yes.
And I don't understand where the direction has gone. But in modern games, no matter what you're playing now, physics is like takes a complete
it's like
backseat.
it takes a back seat. It doesn't make sense. Right?
I remember playing Halo 3 with you. And
Such good physics.
Yeah, and it's like we turned on cowbell, and it was pretty unrealistic. But I had a blast shooting the brutes, and they're flying into the stratosphere.
Yes.
Like, I miss shit like that.
When the Halo Infinite beta came out, you could melee people, and they went flying, and they took it out of the game. I was like, that's my favorite part of the damn beta. Yeah. But whatever. Anyways, off topic. So all in all, it's what you're looking for. I think if you can go into it with a mindset of they went for a different direction. They want you to be the most badass as possible. Yes, they focused a little too much on the pairing. The weapon switching isn't as good, but you're the baddest you've ever been. The physics are top notch. The story's decent. The music is still freaking awesome, even though sometimes I get annoyed at the Doom music and have to turn it off. I know that's blasphemy. But bullet damage is top notch, and it's fun. It's so fun. I love the game. I can't speak highly enough about the game. I bought it on PlayStation, the $100 edition. I bought the early version on Xbox. Man, I don't regret a dime spent. I spent so much time in this game. My man's loving it. I know you haven't beat it, but if I had to rate the game, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, man. It's badass. Well, why are you deducting a point? Just because of those little minor annoyances. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like we should have done something different from the pairing. But this is another thing. You can go in and customize every aspect of this game. People were talking shit about that. That's ridiculous. If the parry window is too big, turn that bitch all the way down and parry then. Because some of these enemies are coming at you like full-fledged swinging. Okay? And the parry window is as generous as you want it to be, or it's as punishing as you want to be. The damage is as punishing as you want to be. You can go in and customize everything, and that's an awesome, awesome feature. I can't understand a mind that would hate on that. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. The standard difficulty is fine. I've played the first 2 missions on Ultra Violence. You take a decent amount of damage. So if a challenge is what you're looking for, play it on Nightmare. I think you'll have a blast. I really enjoyed it. I like it better than Eternal. It's a toss-up on 2016 because I love 2016 so much, but it's up there, man. It's up there. I think all the people hating on this game, let a couple years go by. Oh, perhaps I misjudged you. Oh, perhaps I judged you too harshly. You know all the bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to see Far Cry 5 all over again.
There's no bullshit in the game. There's no woke bullshit in the game. I hate that effing word, but that's what people always use. The videos before the game dropped. Oh, Doom went woke. It's like, dude, there's none of that in this game. This game is fantastic.
Yeah, he is the most masculine protagonist of all time.
And it made me, this is the thing, it made me miss video games, man. Sitting back, being able to just immerse myself into an experience. It's like, man, I miss this. I miss this so much. What a good hobby we had and can still have if developers just pulled their heads out of their asses. And you got clowns like Synthetic, man. You know what I mean? It's like, we can critique this shit, dude. I'm looking forward to the DLC. The Eternal DLC I didn't bother with because the game was too freaking punishing. You know what I mean? And I refuse to play it on easy. That's not happening. That's not happening. Normal or it's not happening. You know what I mean? And again, I got it done, but it wasn't fun.
I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.